All right, I want you guys to hear me out because I promise I'm going somewhere with this, so stay with me. I don't necessarily care what you currently think of yourself or how much value you place on yourself, and I don't really care what your story is or where you came from or how much money you have or how old you are or whatever bad hand you were dealt as a child. None of that matters. What does matter is choosing at some point, eventually, to reinvent yourself, no matter what in your life might be working against you. Your past, your financial situation, your job, or whatever hardships that you've had to deal with, none of that defines who you are right now. You define who you are by your actions, your morals, how you treat other people, and how you treat yourself. Everything that's happened to you up until now is all in the past, and there's nothing you can do to change any of that. But what you can change is how you move through life from this day forward. You can choose to reinvent how you see yourself and how you value yourself. So when you look in the mirror, what do you see? Who are you? What have you overcome? What strengths do you have that you probably don't give yourself enough credit for? But if you don't like what you see in the mirror, you can absolutely change it. So do you maybe need to lose a few pounds and get yourself in better shape? What is stopping you? Really, seriously, what's stopping you? Maybe go get your blood work done and just start there. Then maybe hire a personal trainer to hold you accountable and stick with it. All right, here is something else. Make the choice to dress better. I know, you knew that was coming. Look, you will be treated with more respect because you respect yourself enough to care about your appearance. Perception is reality. So look at it this way. Most people, men and women both, present themselves to the world and carry themselves in the same manner in which they see themselves. Think about that for a minute. If you don't have high self-esteem or self-worth, you'll end up carrying yourself in the same manner and present yourself that way, right? I mean, maybe you're a little bit overweight, right? You might not put that much effort into your appearance. But on the flip side, look at those people with high self-worth and self-esteem. They're usually people who are in shape. They're always positive. They dress well, right? These people care about themselves and they have higher standards for themselves. And of course, sure, right? You might take a little shit from your buddies like once you start wearing better clothes, but who cares what anyone else thinks, remember, right? You don't care what other people think. Just like those guys who stay lazy because they say they don't care what people think, right? Perfect. Flip it and use that same mentality and start dressing better and don't give a rip what they think about the new you, right? You're doing it for you anyway, not for them. All right, here's something else. Make the decision to wear a fragrance every single day for the next 30 days. So maybe you don't wear any fragrance right now, or maybe you've just been wearing that same old cheap stuff from the drugstore. I think it's time to try something new, and the best way that I know of that will not break the bank at all is a subscription from Scentbird. They've got all the popular stuff and all those big brand names that you've probably heard of, and you can pick what you want every single month. You'll get this big vial and also this cool carrying case with this lockout feature so you don't accidentally spray it. And this vial size will last the entire month, and it's super affordable. And if you sign up using the promo code down in the description, you'll get 55% off your first month, so it's literally only a few dollars. You get to customize the fragrances that you get, and this month I got 3, and everything comes with a really neat card that tells you all the fragrance notes about each one. So I got Versace Eros Flame, Confessions of a Rebel, Better Than Your Ex, and Ex Nihilo, I think that's how you pronounce it, Blue Talisman. Now, Eros Flame is of course a warm fragrance with some lemon and pepperwood notes. Better Than Your Ex is probably my favorite because it's got some apple, sandalwood, and some lavender. I love lavender. Blue Talisman is sort of a unisex fragrance with notes of pear and some orange blossom. And like I mentioned, you also get a really cool case that you can swap over when you get your new vial. And these vials are big, right? This is not one of those dinky department store samples, right? This thing will last you the entire 30 days. So look, if you want to sign up and get started, because like I said, it's only a few dollars to get started, the link and the code are down below in the description, as well as all 3 of these fragrances that I got this month. I highly recommend signing up and trying this out. Thank you, Scentbird, for supporting my channel and for sponsoring today's video. Now, here's something else that I really want you to hear. Men will give attention to and prioritize what they value. So maybe you've got a classic motorcycle or a fishing boat. Chances are you take care of that and give it everything it needs to look and perform its best. What about you? Are you giving yourself everything you need to look and perform your best? It's just like what we talked about last week when we talked about raising your standards. Raise your standards for yourself and do things for you. Have higher standards for yourself and treat yourself like you matter. There's not a damn thing wrong with that. And I know it sounds cliche, right? And I know you've heard it 1,000 times, but at some point, if you want to make a change, you have to wake up and start doing things differently. And just like I've always said, it's never too late and you're never too old to make a change in your life or start something new. I've reinvented myself probably 3 times in the last 15 years. I lost just short of 40 pounds when I was 45 years old. I looked in the mirror and I didn't like who I was, so I hired a trainer and got in the best shape of my life at that point. That was, 10 years ago, and I'm doing it again right now. Last year I put on probably 15 pounds of just fluff, and a couple months ago, once again, I hired a personal trainer and got my ass back in the gym. So if you're sitting there at, say, 44 years old, you're only half done. I mean, really think about it, right? You've got roughly half your life left still in front of you to do whatever the hell you want with. So why waste it? But for me, all right, I'm 55, so there's a lot more time behind me than what's in front of me. And I would be stupid to waste whatever time I have left. So if you're finally ready, choose to carry yourself better. Choose to respect yourself and choose to take care of yourself. And when it comes to choosing to dress better and present yourself better, it doesn't have to be complicated and you don't have to go all out. Start small. Maybe just start tucking in your shirt or wear nicer shoes or take some of your clothing items to a tailor and have the fit improved. Basically, every time you walk out the door, look like you give a crap about yourself. Another thing about reinventing yourself is you can also learn from your past and use it to fuel the new you. A lot of us were dealt a bad hand, right? But you can't let that stop you, and you have to stop using whatever that is as an excuse for where you are right now. Whatever happened, happened. I get it. There's nothing you can do to change it. I know it's difficult. We all have bad stuff. But at some point, you've got to let it go and move past it. Life is a game, gentlemen, so are you playing just to play or are you playing to win? But winning doesn't have to look like the guy with the most toys wins. At least that's not how I see it, because you can't take that shit with you. But the guy in the mirror looking back at you today could be a completely different guy in 6 months. It's up to you. I love you guys. I really do. And I want the absolute best for you guys. But you have to love yourself and want the best for you also. Otherwise, it just doesn't work. And I can't do it for you. But what I can do is come on here twice a week and keep making these videos that hopefully maybe spark some new ideas or some new inspiration. And I know, not all of my videos are home runs, but I still get up every day and I just come here and try. And one more thing really quick. If this is your first time seeing me, please consider subscribing, because I would love to have you part of this amazing Legends family. And with that, my friends, as always, thank you so much for watching. Live well, and I'll see you in the next one.